Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's Wednesday, new review day here on the channel each and every week. Today we're going to take a look in this episode at a brand new release. This is the second album from this Norwegian band. They're from Oslo. They're on Apollon Records. It's their first album since 2016, so it's been a number of years. The band is called Sunface Cloud Castles is the name of the album. I believe Jamie Laszlo might have talked a little bit about this on one of the recent Review Crew episodes. I also have picked this up, and I wanted to give my 2 cents on it. First of all, let's take a look at this stunning artwork here, which hopefully, look at that. There's not much going on there, but doesn't need to be. That looks like something maybe a little bit more sedate, Roger Dean-ish type of artwork. I love it. That's pretty cool. We got a little bit of a glare there, but very cool. So this band, God, how do you describe these guys? I guess stoner, doom, psychedelic, post-rock, prog, roll all that stuff up together. And there you go. The guys in the band, John Hognes Carlson on guitars, bass, lap steel, and vocals. Maciej Mustafa on percussion, drums and percussion. Hold on to that percussion thing because we're going to talk a little bit about that. And Ole Ulvik Roxeth on bass, or at least bass on one track. I guess, yeah, he only appears on one song on the album, but Mr. Carlson plays a good chunk of things and sings vocals. So what are these guys all about? We got 10 tracks on here. Like I said, it's this weird kind of collision of doom and fuzzy stoner rock and psychedelia and prog and desert rock and space rock, all kind of just kind of like colliding in this like kind of like oozing thing, oozing miasma. I love using the oozing miasma term of sound that's just like doesn't really stay in any one bucket long enough for you to say, oh yes, these guys are this, right? Because they're not. One of the weird things about this album, and I think Jamie might have touched on it, is that I really, really don't like the vocals were mixed on this album. It's really weird. The singer, the guy, Mr. Carlson here, a guitar player, vocalist, he's got a really interesting voice, which maybe doesn't quite fit with the music, but maybe it does. He kind of, first of all, he's buried way in the mix. So on any of the times on these songs where he's singing, you can barely hear him. He's there, but he's like right on par with like the guitars and the drums and the percussion to the point where it's like he's kind of muffled, which doesn't make sense because he got a good voice. He kind of, in a weird way, not all throughout the album, he kind of reminds me of if Greg Lake was singing for like a stoner rock band or like a doom band. It's kind of what it reminds me of. He's got this kind of croony, very melodic vocal style, but then it's like in this, these big mountains of fuzz riffs and this drifting atmospheric psychedelia, and just it's kind of strange, right? Kind of works though in an odd way, right? So we got, like I said, 10 tracks on here. Most of the songs, there's nothing on here really all that long. The last track is fairly lengthy. That's like 8 minutes long. But the rest of it's like, 3-4 minutes long. You got Cloud Castles, which kicks things off, and as the title track, that's really good. Again, I like when these guys do the big fuzzy riffy type thing. I think that's them at their most successful. They're trying really hard, though, to do this kind of proggy psychedelic thing also as well, which I think they're also pretty good at. I just wish they would do something a little bit different with the vocals, because it's like if you're not going to feature them a little bit more, and they're there, but if you're not going to kind of raise them up in the mix so we can hear them, it's just kind of, it's like a big wash, right? New Natures is really cool. Tall Trees, Garden of Lanterns, Part 2, a couple little short tracks. Second Voyage, Thunder Era, Violet Ponds, that's also pretty up-tempo. I like that. Priest of the Rays, I like their more straightforward kind of chug and doomy tracks. I like those the best. I think Priest of the Rays is terrific. And Through the Snow and Beyond, like I mentioned, the big long title track, that also has some great crunching riffs, which is really good. Through the Snow and Beyond, The Fertile Land, right? They also Green Fields and Familiar Faces. That's a little trippy. The album is kind of the way it's arranged, like, or sequenced, I should say, is like you get these like heavy hitter tracks and then these more kind of spacey, kind of trippy pieces in between. So it's this kind of like back and forth here. One thing I do want to mention is that what's his name again? His name is Mr. Mustafa. He plays a lot of interesting kind of like tribal percussion things. So there's some songs on here that don't have like your traditional drums, you know, guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. He's doing all this kind of stuff. Almost sounds like Osibisa, which is kind of bizarre. But again, it works. I'd say this band is very, very unique. Definitely go check them out. I'm still trying to figure this out. I do like a lot of it. The whole vocal thing, the way the vocals are mixed, has just really been a bug up my butt ever since I got this. But like I said, I like his voice. And I like these songs. I like this album. I just wish this album was mixed a little bit differently. It's just so weird sounding, but it's just kind of cool to hear these big, like, thunderous riffs and all this, like, kind of tribal percussion. Like I said, think Osibisa. Think like, Jade. Remember Jade Warrior? Any of you prog fans remember Jade Warrior? Remember like how some of the earlier albums they had like these big, like kind of like acid rock doomy riffs, and then you'd hear like the flute and all this like kind of weird percussion and stuff and no real drums. You get that on some of these tracks here, which is really interesting. So anyway, I do like this. I'm still trying to figure it all out, though. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 star today. And, you know, a month from now, maybe higher, because there's a lot of good stuff on here. It's really good. And they're Norwegian, you know. And I love the cover art. So that's my review. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. We'll see you soon with more stuff. The Bandcamp page will be linked below so you can go check it out yourself, see what you think, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.